What is up, guys? This is Linthio coming at you with a top 5 cards from World Superstars that's coming out very, very soon, the end of this week, I do believe. And a lot of people enjoy it when I do these type of top 10s, top 5s in this type of format. So I'm going to do this one because I think it would be really fun to do, and it's also a good insight to see which cards I'm actually really looking forward to. But I feel that these ones might be a little bit too obvious what everyone else is looking forward to, but I'm going to go through the reasonings with mine. So number 5 is Chronomaly Nebradisc. Nebradisc is finally being released for the TCG, and it's about time, to be honest, because we've been waiting about 2 years, I think it has been. And Nebradisc is, I feel, one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best. In fact, you can search out any Chronomaly apart from itself, and if it's in the graveyard, you can actually special summon it, which is really, really powerful in my opinion. Can't activate cards or effects during the turn you've done it, except Chronomaly cards, but at the end of the day, that's all you need. Chronomaly Nebradisc allows you to go into so many different things. You can make some really big plays with it. You can at worst do, you know, lots of different level modulations, and Chronomaly Nebradisc just comes out and brings itself back, so you can do a lot of level 4s, and just in general I think the card is really good. Now, the problem with this, do I think Chronomalys can actually stand up to the meta? It is, unfortunately, I feel, a rogue deck, let's say. I don't think it's actually going to be competing for the tier 1 spot anytime soon unless there is some other form of support for the deck, but there are some pretty cute cards in the deck. The continuous field, the continuous spell, which gives everything 800 attack, and just in general it's quite a fun deck. There are a lot of OTKs you can do with it, but again I feel that it's not really gonna help. It's a little bit too late. Next up at the number 4 slot we have Heraldic Beast Emphysema. Now this card I feel is so important. We're also getting the other heraldic support in the set, including the number 18, the Heraldi Parachi, I think it is, whatever. That card's really important, but I'm only going to discuss one card from each archetype because I feel that I could really fill up this top 5 with basically 1 or 2 archetypes, but I'm not going to do that because that's a little bit boring. You just assume that I'm looking forward to the archetype support, but I feel that this is one of the best ones. Emphysema allows you to go a little bit turbo. What it gives the deck is a really, really easy way to go into Xyz. Now with Emphysema you can discard Leo to special summon it, and then Leo searches another card that you can maybe normal summon. It means you can maybe go for that Aberquanway and go into a Chidori to spin your opponent's set card and then a monster or whatever face-up card you want. It means that the deck can really turbo a little bit. I don't really rate the whole attack boost, but nevertheless it means that you can actually get over things like a Winder, which is actually quite important. So the card gives the deck a good amount of versatility. I think that Emphysema is really nice, and I think that the deck, it's actually what the deck was missing, as well as the Xyz, which sends 2 Heraldic Beast monsters to the graveyard when it goes to the grave from the deck. I think the combination of those two is really important. The fact that the archetype has its own monster reborn, and it also has a 1-card Xyz spell card where, you know, you target 2 Heraldic Beasts in your graveyard, special summon them, and then instantly overlay. I think it's a really solid deck. Now, while I do feel that, you know, it is still just a rogue deck, it can actually put up a good fight. Coming in at number 3, we have number 86, Heroic Champion. Not going to pronounce that. So this is the card that has split the community when it was first announced. The card is absolutely incredible, and I feel that while this card might not be used totally in Heroic Champions, that is simply because it's going to be used in Satellarknights. Satellarknights can easily make this card, and quite easily make it max 5 to give it all of its effects. We just quickly go through it. If it has 1 or more Xyz, obviously at the end of your opponent's turn you have to detach a material, it's mandatory, but if you have 1 or more materials, and all these, you know, add on, they all stack, can't be destroyed by battle. 2, gains 1,500 attack and defense, that means goes up 3k. 3, unaffected by other card effects. 4, your opponent cannot normal summon or special summon monsters. And 5, once per turn you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. That is huge. That card is so good, and I've been waiting for this for so long because I really love it. I really like Heroic Champions. I think they're a really fun deck, and definitely that's all they are. They're just a fun deck. Simply because they don't really stand up to it. I know there is more support coming out in this particular set, and I feel that that support is good as well, but I just don't think that, you know, it's as good. You need to put in other cards to really spam this particular card out, number 86. And while I feel that, you know, this card is incredible, it's going to be seen in other decks, and I think it's going to be teched into other extra decks. Like, I'm pretty sure Satellar Knights are going to run this. I'm going to run this, but only at 1, simply because, you know, it's a game changer, it's a game ender in my opinion. If you can get 5 monsters on board, it basically has to be done, because it's just so good. Coming in at number 2, we're getting there. This is the penultimate cards. We have Galaxy Soldier. I love the Galaxy archetype. I think it is such a fun archetype, and a really underrated one at that. And now we have Galaxy Soldier, which I feel is the key missing card from the deck. Soldier allows you to discard some, you know, dead light monsters from your hand, and you can then special summon itself. Then you add a Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. Now, there is a very simple combo with this. All you need is Galaxy Soldier and a Galaxy Eyes in your hand. Galaxy Soldier, discard the Galaxy Eyes, special summon it, search Galaxy Knight, I think it is, summon the Galaxy Knight, get back the Galaxy Eyes, and then overlay into a level 8. So there's really good combos with it, and just in general, you know, it's really strong card. Now, you could say the downside is it special summons itself into defense position. Well, you know, that is unfortunately a thing, considering it has 0 attack. But the fact that you can also combo it with the Artifact engine, Galaxy Artifacts was a very big thing in the OCG when this card was, you know, first announced and released. You can then go into things like Pallades and all these rank 5s that are really strong, but where the true power lies, and where the true, you know, focus of the deck lied, is when you can use Cyber Dragon Infinity in this deck. And, you know, it's just not difficult to do with this, and it's just so good. And, you know, I feel that unfortunately we're not going to get Infinity probably for a long time. I imagine it's going to be probably another set like this where we get Infinity in 2 years. Don't quote me on that. But Galaxies do get a lot of other cool cards in this set, including the crazy counter trap that basically, if you have a Galaxy Eyes on your side of the field, you activate it, negate every card in the chain below this, and shuffle them back into the deck. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? You get some other ones as well, but I don't think that they're as relevant. And finally, the final card in this set that I'm really looking forward to so far, because they're not all announced, but this is a definite number 1 spot unless, I don't know, some other crazy card comes out, some brand new Herald of Perfection, which isn't going to happen. But the card that I'm looking forward to most is Star Sapphire Scepter. Now, I'm in general looking forward to all of them that are coming out, all 3 of them that come out in this, and that's simply because they're incredible, they're fairies, and it's a new engine for my Herald of Perfection deck, or Herald of Ultimateness that I'm now running. But if we look at it from a non-selfish standpoint, we look at the meta decks that these cards are going to be put in, and there's 2 main ones. It is Shadows and is Satellar Knights. Shadows will use this for the light attribute that they've been so desperately trying to find, in my opinion, and Satellar Knights is just simply going to slip in. You're probably going to be running 3 Scepter and 3 Sovereignty. Overall, this card is absolutely incredible. The fact when it's normal or special summoned, you can add a Star Sapphire to your hand. It can only be used, obviously, as an XYZ using 3 or more monsters. But the fact is, you can then, it gets a special effect when it's XYZ summons, the monster gets it. You can target one other card on the field, destroy it, and then if you do, draw. You'd +2 simply off this card. And you know, if you use Deltaros, which most people use, you basically go Star Sapphire, do all the usual things, overlay, pop Star Sapphire, then Deltaros pop, and you're drawing as well. It's just so good. Like, the card is absolutely incredible, and I'm pretty sure it's limited over in the OCG. But either way, this card is incredible. This archetype is incredible, and I've been waiting so bloody long for this archetype to come out. And I'm simply so hyped that I can finally get my hands on them and finally play the Herald deck that I really want to play. Spirits are great, but these are just out of this world. So that is basically the top 5. There are other cards in this set like Earth-Shattering Event that are pretty cool. It's another one that's really important to note. It's the new quick play spell card that's Pendulum Impenetrable. That's a very important card as well that's coming out, and you know, who can not forget the Legendary Dragon of White and the Legendary Magician of Dark just for the collectors. I think that's a really nice touch that they're in here, basically. So that is it, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. Let me know down in the comment section below which cards you are looking forward to in this set, and hopefully you will all enjoy the opening that hopefully we're going to do for this later on. So that is it, guys. Hope you did enjoy the video. Let me know down in the comment section below of your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and I shall catch you guys later.